Hi, Senator Paul. I'm Zed Jelani from Think Progress. Recently, there was a Washington Post poll put out that said that 73% of Americans want to see a substantial withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan this summer. There was also a letter put out by 12 senators to Obama calling on him to make those substantial reductions. Do you think that President Obama should start making major reductions in our troop size in Afghanistan starting this summer?
I'd like to introduce President Obama to candidate Obama, and so if we could get him to read some of what he ran on, things might change dramatically. I'm just amazed at the difference between the President Obama and the candidate Obama. And this has happened before. He's not the first president to believe in limited executive power and then become president and believe in an expansive executive power. I would like to see a full-blown debate in Congress or in the country over, is our presence in Afghanistan in our national security interests? Are the benefits outweighing the detriment to it? After 10 years, should we not ask the Afghan soldiers to do more? I mean, I just came from Fort Campbell's in my state, and I came from a welcome home ceremony not too long ago, and I had a small group discussion with about 8 or 10 soldiers, and I asked them, do you think the Afghans are doing enough to patrol their streets and take care of their country? And every one of the soldiers said no. They're annoyed when they go into a combat situation that the Iraqis are dutifully 20 yards behind them and the U.S. soldiers are taking the brunt of the bullets as they go into battle. And then there's a question after a while, because of unintended consequences and things that none of us want, and I don't think are something that anybody in the U.S. wants, but when you have people die who are innocent bystanders, you know, at weddings or in villages where we kill the wrong people, those things add up after a while. And half the time, Karzai has been insulting to our presence there and acting as if we don't need to be there either, and then he wants our money, but he doesn't want us to do any bombing. I think after 10 years, they need to be doing much, much more, and that there needs to be a winding down of the war. I would hope the death of bin Laden would accelerate that and push us in the other direction, but you already hear people saying the death of bin Laden means nothing, we have to be there forever. And you know, it gets back to my point in the speech, though, that these countries are artificial creations after World War I. The lines were drawn artificially, they're tribal nations, and I don't think they've ever really obeyed a central government. And to my mind, as a member of Congress, I'm reluctant to go to war. I see war as a failure and as something we do very reluctantly in self-defense of our country, and that we need to have debates over. It's not enough just to say Libya's in our national security interest. Well, let's have a debate over that. I think there might be some disagreement whether or not Libya's in our national security. So I'm not sure I want to. I think we spread our values best around the world through example, through trade, through interactions, educationally. I'd much rather send some of your professors around the world than I would our soldiers, you know, if at all possible, to try to, you know, even in Iran. Does anybody want to go to Iran? I mean, Iran has a large undercurrent of people who like the West. You know, they like our music, our culture, our literature. So I think we can influence people in those ways, and I'd rather do that than go to war with Iran. That doesn't mean we never go to war, but I mean we should be reluctant, I think.